Hello, everyone, and welcome to the L&S First-Year Pathways webinar. We are so glad you could join us on this Wednesday afternoon. Before we begin, I'd like to share that there will be a Q&A opportunity following the presentation. So we invite you to submit any questions using the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, either as they come up throughout the presentation or during the dedicated Q&A time at the end, and we will make sure they get addressed. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce the moderator of this event, Professor Shannon Steen. Professor Steen is acting dean for the Division of Undergraduate Studies in the College of Letters and Science at UC Berkeley. She is faculty director of American Studies and Media Studies and a professor in the Department of Theater, Dance, and Performance Studies, as well as the program in American Studies. Professor Steen writes and teaches about a wide variety of topics, but primarily about performance in its social and political contexts. Before joining the faculty at Berkeley, she taught for the MFA acting program at ACT in San Francisco and the English department at Northwestern University. Professor Steen also taught in the L&S Pathways program in 2023 in the Technology and Society cluster. So I'll now turn it over to Professor Steen to introduce L&S First-Year Pathways.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here today. As Sophie pointed out, I was one of the actually early architects of this program and taught for the first 2 years that we had inaugurated it in the Science and in the Technology and Society cluster. I really love this program. I really love talking to our faculty who have taught in this program. I really enjoyed meeting the students who are in it. So I really hope that you'll join us after we tell you about the program later today. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that the session is going to be recorded today. We'll share a link and a QR code for our website at the end of the presentations. So, welcome and congratulations for having made it to Berkeley. Berkeley is really big, and L&S is the largest college at Berkeley. We're home to about 2/3 of the undergraduates and about half the faculty on campus, and we have more than 65 majors. You can study almost anything at L&S, and no matter what you choose, you have access to professors who really are on the leading edge of research in their fields. We offer you an unmatched menu of choices for your college education. But with about 6,000 classes in the course catalog, Berkeley can also be kind of intimidating for new students, and figuring out which courses to take can feel overwhelming. And so the L&S First-Year Pathways program was designed to help you make the transition to Berkeley and to hit the ground running. We are going into our 4th year of the program this fall, and our students who have participated in the past have found that Pathways help them build new friendships, get moving on their requirements and their major preparation, and reduced anxiety around class registration, which I'm sure some of you may be feeling already. Uh, excuse me. In the Pathways program, you take a cluster of 3 to 4 courses with a small group of between 15 to 30 students in your first semester at Berkeley. For fall 2026, we're excited to announce that we have about 18 unique course clusters planned. The clusters feature a combination of small seminar-style classes as well as some large lecture classes. Oh, and I think actually, Eileen, if you could forward the slide, you already did. Thank you. As well as some large lecture classes. In the large classes, you'll be assigned to your own specially designated discussion section, which allows you to experience all 3 courses in the cluster with the same small group of students, really promoting that intimate cohort experience. And in all the courses in your cluster, together will fulfill separate L&S breadth requirements and/or major requirements, particularly as prerequisites for your majors, those things that you have to have taken in order to declare a particular major. So the program helps you move forward in your degree progress from the beginning of your time with us here at Berkeley. Next slide, please. We designed Pathways with several benefits in mind, really to help you make new friends, to ease class enrollment, to help you move forward in your degree, and to help develop your intellectual passions. It's still a relatively new program at Berkeley, but where programs like this have run at other universities, participants tend to have several benefits. They earn higher GPAs in general, they complete their degrees more quickly, and they just enjoy their college experience more. You'll be in these classes with really interesting professors, people who are sometimes one of the world experts in their topic. So we hope that these clusters will help you see the world and your relationship to it in new ways. Next slide, please. Some of our clusters allow you to explore a particular major or a subject area. So, for example, the two clusters that we have here, or the three clusters that we have here, do this. Our Exploring Literature and English cluster is perfect for intended English majors and will help you make progress on English major requirements and developing essential communication skills. Similarly, the Futures in Healthcare cluster is actually a year-long cluster. Most of the clusters are only one semester, but this one is actually 2 semesters in your first year. That features courses that meet recommended standards for students who want to apply for medical school, who are thinking about other healthcare professions, and also brings along with it additional courses that explore issues in healthcare from diverse perspectives. And lastly, as our set of examples of the kind of like pre-major or subject-focused areas, we have a cluster called Understanding the Universe, which is another year-long cluster that's perfect for students who are interested in majoring in physics, in astrophysics, or in earth and planetary science. So these clusters are really good if you are pretty clear on what your focus is coming into Berkeley. And next slide, please. But we also have clusters that are designed around different themes or topics. These clusters are ideal if you're not exactly sure what you want to major in yet, or if you are especially passionate and interested in a particular theme. So, California and Water, for example, is a popular cluster that blends science, art, and media to understand the ecological and global significance of oceans and water resources. Historical and political perspectives on democracy is another popular thematic cluster that explores the concept of democracy from different courses, from different perspectives, with courses in African American studies, in history, and political science. And finally, our Gender, Ethnicity, and Society cluster allows students to gain appreciation for the diversity of the world around us while thinking about the intersection of sexuality, race, class, religion, and more. So these are just 6 of our 18 clusters. You can find information about all of them, including details about the individual courses for each of the clusters, which I haven't really had time to go into here, on our website, for which we'll share a QR code in just a minute. We can have the next slide, please. I'm also excited to announce that this fall we have a new element for the program, which is a peer mentor program that we're just launching this fall. So each cluster in the program now will be matched with a peer mentor who are experienced L&S students trained to support incoming pathway students with a transition to college and to campus. Our mentors offer personalized outreach, they offer resources, they offer community for pathway students through one-on-one meetings and also through social events that they will lead throughout the semester. The peer mentors play a key role in supporting student success and fostering meaningful connections between the students. And next slide, please. So I think this is a pretty exciting program, but you may still be wondering if Pathways is right for you. The program really welcomes all L&S students, and it will be a great choice if you are looking to build connections in your first year because it will immediately connect you with a group of 15 to 30 students with shared academic interests. It's great if you're curious about pursuing a particular major, in which case one of our subject area clusters might be right for you. If you're feeling kind of intimidated about the size of Berkeley or overwhelmed by the number of choices that you have around courses, Pathways can help by providing a curated selection of courses and eliminating the stress that you might have about enrollment. And lastly, Pathways is just a great choice if you're feeling unsure about how to get started on your academic journey at Berkeley. Next slide, please. Enrollment in the program is really easy. We actually already opened signups on May 1st, and they will continue through June 29th. So they will be ongoing for a little while. There's no formal application. All you have to do is go to the sign up form and indicate your cluster preference. The only trick is that cluster space is limited. So enrollment is on a first come, first served basis. So if you know you're interested in a specific cluster, just be sure to check out the website and to sign up early. And next slide, please. We'll do a little bit of Q&A in a few minutes after we have a short panel with students who have been through the program already. But I just wanted to pause here and share a QR code to our website. You can find out more information about the Pathways program at this website. The URL for it is lsfirstyear.berkeley.edu. The website explains each of the clusters in more detail, and there's a very important FAQs page that explains how you sign up for the clusters and also talks about the general logistics and policies around it. And again, also talks about how to think about whether or not the program is right for you. If you still have questions about reading the FAQs, please do email us at lspathways@berkeley.edu. It's the email address at the top of your screen here. And I'll just leave this slide up for a moment. You might want to take a photo of it, and we'll share it again after our student panel. But just while I have it up here for you, again, please be sure to read the FAQs. There's lots of information in there, and they're actually quite important for you as you're thinking about the program. Okay, next slide, please. So now I'd like to introduce our student panelist. We have a panelist named Elise Tran, who is in the class of 2029. And I'm going to ask her some questions about her experiences in the program, and we'll chat with her. Elise, could you introduce yourself just a little bit with tell everybody your name again and your hometown, your intended major, and which pathways cluster you took?
So hi everybody. I'm so glad that you can make it to this interview panel today. Again, my name is Elise and I am from SoCal, specifically Orange County. So shout out to anybody who's from SoCal. I am intending to major in molecular and cellular biology, and I was in the Futures in Healthcare Pathways.
Great. Just this year. So this was
Yeah.
your you're in the
Yes,
program.
this past year was my freshman year. And so it's really great to be part of L&S and like slowly integrate into Berkeley.
Congratulations for making it through your first year. That's a big milestone.
Thank you.
I can you tell us a little bit about your first year at Berkeley and what role Pathways played in your experience?
I think like it was pretty general, like every other student, you're far from home. I felt homesick sometimes. I was, before I started school and figured out I wanted to be part of L&S Pathways, I was really worried about getting the classes because, Berkeley is such a big school. And especially as somebody who's coming to Berkeley with an interest in STEM, specifically healthcare, I know that's a very like impacted major. And so I was really worried about getting like the uh, prereq courses that I really needed. And so Pathways really played a really important role in my first year here, and especially alleviating a lot of my stress. Academically, again, like I mentioned, and we said, like the big perks of LNS is that it guarantees that you get the classes that you need. And so being part of the Futures in Healthcare and like getting the Gen Chem class that I needed, for example, was something that I didn't have to worry about. And so I didn't have to, instead of worrying about like, oh my gosh, what classes am I gonna get? How am I like, how many friends am I gonna make? I only had to worry about the other stuff instead of the big academic, oh my gosh, am I gonna get my classes? But then socially, LNS provided me the same group of people to like slowly become friends with, like a different community that I really appreciated. And I was surrounded by peers who had the same interest as me, which is to be either like a doctor or a PA, for example. And so it was really nice being able to bond and connect over not only that interest, but then, after classes, we would go and eat lunch together, for example. Or we had a big group chat with everybody within the Futures in Healthcare cluster. And so we would, if we ever had a question on homework or an upcoming test, we would just shoot each other a question and it would be answered like right away. And so I was just really thankful for L&S to give me so much support both socially and academically.
Outstanding. I'm so glad that it was able to give you some of that, some of that support and some of that infrastructure as you're coming into the college. What's something that has surprised you about your time at Berkeley so far?
I think online when I was like picking whether to go to Berkeley or not, something that I saw time and time again was like Berkeley is cutthroat, everybody's really competitive, you come here like you're gonna not be alone, but like nobody's gonna want to help you. Like
Mm,
that's kind of what I got. And I was really scared because I'm like, oh, Berkeley is like so amazing. So many people are smart. I really want to be part of this community. But I'm scared because like what if nobody wants to be my friend because they're just that cutthroat? But when I came on campus, and I also attended the L&S Pathways panel too, getting to talk to people, I realized that's not the case. And especially this past year proved that not to be the case. Like everybody who I surrounded with in Pathways was really welcoming, really kind. Like one time I forgot, like I couldn't go to class because I was sick, and I asked, like, does anybody have the notes? And they were like welcoming. They were like, oh, let me send you the notes. Like, let me help you find this textbook online, for example. And so everybody is so nice. Everybody wants you to succeed. Of course, they also want to succeed, but they don't want to, nobody wants to put you down. And of course, if you were not even in Berkeley, you were in any school, you always have to take initiative to find certain resources, but they're not like nobody's gatekeeping them, if that
mm,
makes sense. So
mm.
I found that I could really thrive here on campus because everybody wants to see me grow as a student, both mentors, professors, and especially students, and nobody is rude or mean to your face. So I was just really happy to be in such an environment that wants me to be the best that I can be.
Outstanding. I'm so glad to hear that that was your experience this year. That's wonderful. Is there a moment from this year from part of your Pathways experience that stands out to you?
Mhm. Well, I would say that going into pathways and getting I had to take the ethnic studies class for my course, and I wasn't expecting to go on field trips. So we went on a couple field trips around campus and off campus. For example, we went to the Bamfa Museum. It's a art museum, and we were learning about like the African American studies and like the significance of quilts. And then we went to the botanical gardens. I didn't even know Berkeley had botanical gardens until they told us we would be going. And so it was really nice just to be kind of off campus, and learn like see the beauty outside of just our Berkeley campus, but alongside like my friends that I made within L&S. And we had so many like fun memories just talking and learning at the same time. With like our professor and like the tour guides that showed us around and told us like the importance of different things. I think that's like a highlight I'll always remember just because, especially the botanical gardens, if you guys ever get the chance to go, it's so beautiful and it just
Really
really
cool.
like, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And I just love like the fresh air and it doesn't even feel like you're at Berkeley, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
it feels like you're in a different world. And it's something that I'll always remember, especially just having fun with my friends, like picking peas. They let us pick like purple snap peas. Like who knew snap peas were purple? But they are. So that was something that I really took away, just having so much fun while learning.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so, our last question for you is, would you recommend Pathways to an incoming student?
1000%, whether you're unsure of what you want to major in or very sure, I think Pathways is the place to be because it helps you explore majors that interest you or it helps you get the classes that you need for your major. And so, again, like I mentioned earlier, it alleviates a lot of the stress of, am I going to get the class that I need? Am I not going to get the class that I need?
Mm,
It's like, why wouldn't you want to sign up for L&S Pathways?
mm,
It
mm,
ensures that you get the classes that you need or the classes that interest you. And then again, socially, um, it's not L&S Pathways you're around the same group of people like within all of your classes. However, it's not just your class itself. It's, for example, during lecture days, you'll be in a lecture hall with other people, but your classmates will be there. During discussions, you will have all your classmates there, but sometimes there's others within your discussion as well. So it's not like, oh, like LNS, I'm only going to see except like these 30, 20 to 30 people and nobody else. That's not true. You're on campus, you're integrated within the lecture halls, within the discussions with other people outside of LNS. But it's nice that you have a community that you consistently see to fall back on and slowly like build a friendship with. That's again, like it really helped me come out of my shell slowly because I'm the type of person who is outgoing, but sometimes I need time to get to know somebody. And so I really appreciate the fact that this whole year I got to be around the same group of people while still being in like the Berkeley environment that I would have been in, regardless of joining L&S Pathways or not.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing your experience with us, Elise. We really appreciate your time and appreciate you coming in and talking about the program with everyone. This is really helpful. So we'll open up the floor to any questions that you have now. Could we have the slide with the QR code back up on the screen? So if you have a question, um, I we're just getting the slides back now. Give us just a second. Again, while we're working on that, I do make sure that you go and look at the website here, make sure that you read the FAQs and all of the information in them. And if you have any questions, you can email us at lspathways@berkeley.edu. Here we go. Excellent. All right. Let's start the Q&A.